When will your sins be paid?
When the sinner himself decides that you have paid your dues and collects enough power of sin to rule the entire... Oh, you're not talking about me, sorry.
Sins of your destruction.
Last year, WWE overused the shit out of the word retribution for their Payback event. Now, this year, they're overusing conveniently the word sin, which used to be the name of a WCW pay-per-view event.
Retribution.
Damn it, I just had to bring up retribution, didn't I? Normally, Sheamus has non-pyro for this new entrance, but in this case, there's a pyro explosion from behind the stage, which makes me wonder why they didn't just blow up pyro literally on the stage where Sheamus was present. You know, for the fans to actually see.
Susie Chapstick!
Since this match with Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler involved a Kiss My Ass match at Extreme Rules, tonight we got JBL making so many references to kissing and chapstick.
Make Sheamus pay!
Dolph Ziggler must be obsessed showing off his teeth after perfectly brushing them. Remember to brush your teeth twice daily, folks.
Wait a minute, Sheamus, get into those in a moment.
I find it funny that Sheamus attempted to reason with Dolph Ziggler before the bell even rung just to smack him in the face. I wonder how the hell Dolph did not see that obvious scam coming.
There's coming out of the box on fire!
Here's another obvious scam, because Sheamus softly fell to the floor outside and didn't believably injure anything. Wonder if Dolph is going to fall for this one too.
And down for the victory! Sheamus at 2!
Actually, Sheamus kicked out at 1, not 2. The audience counting along just didn't realize it, but the referee did.
Sheamus admits that Dolph is a great kisser.
Ha ha, fuck you. But also, if anyone didn't know about the Kiss My Ass match that took place at Extreme Rules, this would be an awkward line for them to hear, causing questions.
If a guy's beating you up, it's not called bullying. You can call it whatever you want.
First, JBL said that beating someone up is not called bullying, then proceeds to say you could call it whatever you want, which takes away his earlier statement.
A new look wants to strike fear into...
No disrespect to Sheamus, but shaving part of your head, creating a spiky mohawk, and tying up your beard with beads isn't exactly going to strike fear to your opponents. Since day one, everyone's been laughing at the look.
He had something to prove.
Well, let's see. You've got a lot of saliva dripping on your beard, which also looks weird, and the mohawk isn't suiting well with you, so no, I'm not entertained.
Sheamus, oh, stop, yes!
Perfect representation of Payback is a bitch. Without the need of anyone literally saying it, Dolph Ziggler spreads his ass in Sheamus' face and gets revenge for what Sheamus should have done after losing at Extreme Rules. Although the kissing sound effects that Jerry Lawler is making kinda ruins the mood. We don't need to hear actual kissing sounds to confirm that's what Dolph forced Sheamus to do.
Young people are watching, women are watching.
And yet JBL was perfectly fine with Sheamus spreading his ass in Dolph's face back at Extreme Rules without a worry about young children and women watching.
Oh, wow!
Dolph Ziggler delivers a headbutt to Sheamus and then proceeds to blade. I know he bladed because you could see him subtly swipe across his forehead after hitting Sheamus. What was the point of blading when it leads straight to your loss?
I got a feeling this is not over.
Why, just because the bad guy won the match? Hell, Sheamus won fair and square, no cheating whatsoever. So what reason will they have to keep going after 2 consecutive pay-per-view matches?
Let's just put all of the animosity behind us.
Heel wrestler wants to let bygones be bygones with former friend, knowing full well he's at a disadvantage if he doesn't try cliche.
Triple H trying to get me fired.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet.
You literally asked Kane to forgive and forget 15 seconds ago. Now you're reiterating your complaint about Kane not being fired? Boy, Seth Rollins can't make up his mind.
So maybe I'll just stand idly by and watch.
Kane does none of that. By laughing at J&J Security for trying to look intimidating in front of him, Kane would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. No way those two could look intimidating in front of the 7-foot Kane.
Hashtag POP!
Promoting hashtags. Oh man, the days of 2015 where that phrase was constantly used in these videos.
I'm positive you have no friends, Michael.
Even after Michael Cole turned face and became a professional commentator again, Jerry Lawler is still making fun of him. I'm starting to think maybe it was Jerry who caused the villainous turn of Michael all those years ago. To show how much he's in support of the WWE, Adam Jones holds up a WWE championship that no longer exists, much like the chances of the Orioles winning another World Series no longer exists.
It's New Day Rock.
Apparently, the entrance of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro requires a camera to hang out behind the fans and look up at the ceiling as it rises. Cesaro wearing a face mask at a time when it's not required, unless he's walking into this match with a bad case of the flu.
Baseball players showing their support here, and these guys come out and insult them?
The New Day didn't insult the baseball players because they're supporting WWE, they insulted them because their team sucks.
Pass was made, but he knows now. Oh, and
Cesaro must have poor sense of direction if he intended to drop Kofi Kingston on top of Big E. Missed it by a lot.
Tyson Kidd says okay!
The only thing impressive about this moment was Cesaro being able to balance Kofi Kingston above like that. Tyson Kidd didn't do much damage when he leaped off the top rope, or any damage for that matter, since Cesaro fell back before he could get a grip on Kofi.
It's the
a sudden stop.
Boy, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro are not having good timing with their double team efforts, am I right? Kofi was already on the ground before Tyson could connect the drop kick. Damn, imagine not getting drop kicked and somehow that was enough to pin you for a 3 count. Sure, it's 2 out of 3 falls, but no way Kofi was finished from not getting hit at all.
Freebird rule. No.
Xavier Woods thinks that the Freebird rule means that he can get involved in the match at any time. The Freebird rule only applies to every member of a team sharing the tag team titles, you moron. Xavier Woods at ringside barely got hit by Natalya at all in the slap, yet is still complaining about the pain that happened like 6 minutes ago. He must be very vulnerable when it comes to the smallest of pain, if you ask me. Xavier Woods seems to be more entertaining than the actual title match going on, with his rants to the commentators. I don't know if that should be a sin or mover on his part or a sin on the match's part. Since I'm confused, I'll just go with the standard 1.
We know! We are well aware!
Okay, looks like I'll be removing the sin after all. The crowd chants, "This is awesome," and Xavier Woods responds with an annoyed, "We are well aware." Now the match and Xavier are awesome. I find it hilarious that the camera made sure not to show the midnight hour because Big E dropped before Kofi Kingston could get a grip on Tyson Kidd, but even in that angle, I could still see it. This moment was fun to watch, with Cesaro throwing Kofi into the corners and hitting an uppercut while the audience are having fun with it. This is the excitement you like to see.
You okay, Michael? Darn. Rats.
Jerry Lawler and JBL asked if Michael Cole was alright after Big E got thrown into him, then proceeded to pout in disappointment when Michael confirmed it. Dicks.
Hey, wait a minute, look at this! Wait a minute!
Unfair as that is, it's also an amazing heel strategy for Xavier Woods to sneak in, pretending to be Kofi Kingston, to get the victory for the New Day. The days of the heel New Day were honestly some of their best. It'd be nice to see that again.
What's your mindset as you head into your match against Bray Wyatt?
I'm gonna ask if Bray Wyatt likes ruffles. That one moment when they used the same picture of Bray Wyatt on the graphic of Payback 2015 as they did in Payback 2014. Also, Bray Wyatt targets Ryback for no reason other than he had nothing to do and needed to pass the time. Sounds similar to CM Punk in 2013. Why is Ryback always the pass the time guy? With another pay-per-view involving Ryback comes another Sins video involving the infamous Ryback's non-pyro sin. You love to see it, even when all the years pass by. There's not a lot of events involving Ryback left to sin, so enjoy it while you still can. Not a lot of Sins videos left for this extremely well-known phrase either, so soak it in while I set it up. Because who gives a shit about Hulu?
SmackDown King Ryback was heading into a match with Seth Rollins.
Hearing that just makes me irritated at how pathetic SmackDown was in this era. While feuding with Bray Wyatt, Ryback is randomly in a match with WWE Champion Seth Rollins, who likely hasn't even spoken the name Ryback since winning the title. Randomness and filler SmackDown was.
Test press.
Normally, Ryback shoves his opponents down to the mat when he does this move, but here he's just dropping Bray Wyatt, who suffers 0 damage from it.
Bray was asked why he targeted Ryback. He simply said, "Ryback was in my way."
That's it? That is the reason Bray Wyatt attacked Ryback? Last I checked, Bray was the one who attacked Ryback first prior to a match that had nothing to do with him. How is Ryback in your way? That's just lazy booking. 2 minutes of 2 attempts of Bray Wyatt trying to get Ryback counted out.
This is Bray Wyatt.
Ryback is sitting in the corner helpless. Better stand on the second rope above him and pose for the audience. I'm sure he won't suddenly sit up and take advantage of my stupidity. I ain't stupid at all. Fear me!
Finish it.
And because Ryback keeps shouting "finish it" in his matches, it's a no wonder that his opponents are alerted on what's about to happen and are fully prepared to counter it.
Effective home runs. Watch it. Oh.
Ryback started to throw himself into the exposed turnbuckle before Bray Wyatt could even shove him. I guess he wanted to lose on purpose, if that's the case. No wonder Ryback is dumb as fuck. If there's an I Quit match involving John Cena, then there is no reason for it to even exist, as no idiot could possibly think he's going to lose it. John Cena wins. That's a spoiler from the moment the challenge is issued. Also, Rusev must have lost his marbles. He's already lost to John Cena in a singles match at WrestleMania, followed by a Russian chain match at Extreme Rules. So how does he think, I couldn't beat him in those simple matches. Might as well try an I Quit match. Conveniently, the one match that John has never lost in his entire career.
That started all the way back at the Royal Rumble.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. At the 2015 Royal Rumble, John Cena was in the WWE title match with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, while Rusev nearly won the Royal Rumble match. Neither man was involved in the other's path, so how did this feud start literally at the Royal Rumble?
I can't imagine either one of them saying it.
Normally that'd be the case, but whoever faces John Cena in an I Quit match tends to believably say the words during the build-up. Boy, this t-shirt with the United States title is gonna look awkward if John Cena competes without the actual United States title. I never got why John Cena holds a championship above his head backwards like that. Sure, it gives the camera a view of the title, but it's awkward because we, no pun intended, can't see the face of the actual champion, and the fans John is facing can't see the title either.
John Cena!
Holy shit, just when you think we can get a fresh and new look for an I Quit match involving John Cena, we are literally replaying the one with Dave Bautista at Over the Limit in 2010 and the one with The Miz at Over the Limit in 2011. I'm already predicting Rusev is going to literally say the words I quit and the referee stupidly does nothing about it despite the rules.
And say the words I quit!
Called it, Rusev said it, he lost, fuck you.
He's going to hold on to that microphone.
The fans are chanting USA, but I think this is where Rusev thought to himself, are they saying Rusev Day? I'm gonna hang on to that idea for a while. And the most annoying thing about any I Quit match involving John Cena is the moment he takes all the time in the world thinking about it. Since none of us believe you'll actually say those words, there's no reason to consider the possibility, asshole. Also, why would John Cena consider possibly saying I quit right now when he suffered literally 0 damage and there hasn't even been a single punch thrown? Not to mention he's gotten 2 consecutive wins over Rusev on pay-per-view by this point. The fans are chanting, we want Lana, despite the fact that she's actually there. You already got her, what more do you want? All Rusev did was stomp on John Cena a few times, and that somehow gave him enough time to berate Lana and force her to sit down in a chair before returning to the ring, where John is still lying on the ring canvas.
Look at that, what a drop kick!
Do you want to quit?
Rusev couldn't beat John Cena with a dropkick in any of their 3 previous matches, so he figures it'll get the job done in their 4th encounter. What doesn't make any sense about this dissension between Rusev and Lana is Rusev getting mad at Lana for the fans chanting her name. It's not like she can do anything about what the fans say. Rusev wasting valuable time waving the Russian flag when he could be continuing the beatdown on John Cena. Waving the flag isn't going to make John quit, you moron.
Do you want to quit?
No.
Do you want to quit?
No.
Rusev just might be the biggest idiot in this match. He tells the referee to ask John if he quits. John says no, so Rusev figures asking him a second time will work. If he said no the first time, he's gonna say no the second time. Rusev tweets, another longtime enemy of mine on these WWE sins.
The first time in this matchup that Rusev's been asked the question.
Well, I guess that's worth taking a sin off since the match is not entirely John Cena being asked and his opponent being asked only at the moment when he quits.
I'm gonna put you through this wall right now!
John Cena taking a page from his opponents in previous I Quit matches by warning Rusev what he's going to do if he doesn't quit. Interesting callback, though he was tied up in those previous instances. Here, Rusev has a chance to counter whatever John says will happen.
Oh my God, Cena!
Boy, that was a fail. Could have been an awesome moment where Rusev Alabama slams John Cena through the table, but he slowed down and gave him a slide instead. Rusev may be down, but now's not the time to pretend to be playing Minecraft on a laptop, John. Sorry, but if the Alabama slams through the table didn't work out the first time, watching it succeed the second time loses its impact. Winner of Payback 2015 to bring you Bragging Rights 2009, where Randy Orton played around with the pyrotechnics conveniently against John Cena.
Cena with the AA!
Oh, come on. The buttons to activate the pyrotechnics are on the side of the stage, not literally in the pyro themselves. So if Rusev collapsed on the technics, that doesn't trigger their explosions. Also, the sounds of the blast is off sync to Rusev's actual collapse. Not to mention, John is somehow affected by the blast, which makes me question how he's able to handle pyro blast when he celebrates with a newly won championship. The replay is literally paused because the production team showed it right as Rusev is being asked if he quits. He obviously isn't saying it right now, so go ahead and show the replay. Out of all the things that Rusev has demanded John Cena to quit, the one thing he doesn't do is ask the referee if John quits when the accolade is locked in.
Cena's out! Wait a minute,
John Cena is unconscious, to which Rusev believes he's won the match. I know that it's his first I Quit match, but even he knows that he can only win when John says the words, right? Right? Don't worry, guys, he isn't quitting, he's ordering pizza. The words he's repeating is, make sure to include the pineapple.
He's going to break your leg.
Jerry Lawler is worried that John Cena is going to break Rusev's leg when the STF is not directed mostly on the leg. It's Rusev's face being pulled by the top rope that should be the main concern. Some would say that Lana was merely translating what Rusev was saying, confirming John Cena wins the match. To me, I think Lana was secretly using this to her advantage as an act of revenge for Rusev verbally abusing her for weeks due to the fans chanting, we want Lana. Perhaps Rusev never actually quit, we will never know.
I quit match!
American flags non-pyro pyro. Skip the damn pre-show panel.
We do not curse. What the hell?
Gotta love the comedy of the New Day. Xavier Woods claimed the New Day doesn't curse, then proceeds to curse immediately when he hears something he doesn't like. The entire existence of Nikki Bella's trash title reign as Divas Champion. Here she is, once again, not defending on pay-per-view, preferring to team with Brie Bella instead.
The state of mind of Brie Bella.
Michael Cole believes Brie Bella is not in a good state of mind due to Daniel Bryan potentially retiring from in-ring action. What he should probably realize is this character likely isn't thinking about her husband at all.
And Nikki caught Naomi.
Not really. The kick was close to Naomi, but still missed her completely. Not a good start to this random match that accomplishes nothing for the near future of Nikki Bella's title reign.
Almost got there.
Are we positive that it was Nikki Bella who ends up suffering the various neck injuries here? Because the twin magic could have potentially confused us apart, and it was Brie the entire time.
Brie was driven.
I get that Brie was in trouble when Tamina tossed her into the barricade, but Nikki seriously got distracted by that when she didn't even see what happened to her sister? It's not like Brie called out for help or anything.
In the barricade. Oh no! Nikki looks at Naomi.
Falling off the top rope and landing on the canvas in a simple body slam-like fashion was somehow enough to put away the longest reigning Divas champion. Let that sink in. Rusev is probably mad because the pizza delivery guy forgot the pineapple like he repeatedly requested. Second Payback event in a row featuring a video package of Daniel Bryan in a position to relinquish his title due to neck injuries. Only this time it doesn't lead to an in-ring segment. Instead we got King Barrett taking on Neville because reasons.
He's a king and he's never disrespectful.
Show off.
Look at this. Whoa!
Neville.
How the hell did King Barrett fall for that? Was he so impressed with Neville's flips that he didn't realize what was going on? Come on, man, pay attention. King Barrett moves out of the way when he briefly catches a glimpse of his opponent about to do something. Also, King Barrett gets hit when he's looking directly at his opponent way before the connection.
King Toucan Sam.
How the hell does the mascot of Fruit Loops come into a conversation during a match between Neville and King Barrett? That's what I want to know.
Boat race.
Neville is down and vulnerable to losing the match, but King Barrett decides to taunt around like he's got all the time in the world. Take a wild guess who ends up losing this match tonight. Maybe if you didn't keep yelling at Neville to get up, you would have actually connected the Bullhammer elbow. For someone who just won the King of the Ring, Bad News Barrett is such a dumbass. This moment always gives off anxiety when I see Neville slowly rising, taking all the time in the world to connect the red arrow after he's already perched on the top rope.
Get back. Maybe he wasn't.
Neville and King Barrett faced off in many matches on Raw and pay-per-view, including the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Yet here we are with another useless count of victory to continue this feud. Don't you just hate it when frustrating cliffhangers are unnecessary?
Hey, watch out, watch out!
Oh, Barrett!
Post-match assault. I love Fatal 4-Way matches as much as the next guy, but tonight would have been one of the most perfect opportunities to have the former Shield members battle for the WWE title without Randy Orton in the mix, especially when Payback was the last pay-per-view in the Shield's existence up until 2017. Also, this match initially started out as a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton. Then Dean Ambrose was bored one day and wanted to get added to the match, realizing it was that easy to get a world title match. Forgot to mention this theme song kicks ass. Imagine Dragons Friction was a great choice for this Payback event. So Kane's job is on the line in this match, meaning he's fired as Director of Operations if Seth Rollins doesn't win tonight. Man, even I can tell that Kane is going to inevitably help Seth before the match takes place. That's why I wasn't too concerned. Honestly, it still feels awkward to have Roman Reigns enter through the crowd when the Shield doesn't exist anymore. Due to the character of Dean Ambrose, I'd say he'd be the perfect guy to still enter through the crowd. Random sign in the crowd makes me miss the concept of the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view that happened only one time in existence. With the championships we got later on in the WWE, that would have been the perfect time to bring that pay-per-view back, wouldn't y'all agree? All these years later, I'm still trying to figure out why the cameras focus on the WWE logo and goes around it every time Seth Rollins makes an entrance. Haven't come up with an answer yet.
1,000 other alternatives that could happen for Seth to lose.
There is actually only 18 different ways Seth Rollins could lose the WWE title tonight. Being pinned or submitted by either of the three challengers, that's already 6 ways. Or each of the three challengers pinning or submitting each other, that's an additional 12 ways. My math is weird, but it makes more sense than Scott Steiner.
Remember, no disqualifications.
Michael Cole had to repeat the no disqualification stipulation at least 3 times in the last 20 seconds, which we all kind of figured out just by seeing J&J Security attacking everyone. Gotta love the fast and furious pace to start off this Fatal 4-Way main event. That was an awesome dive by Roman Reigns.
The action of John's point.
Matches, I would imagine.
Alright, that was a funny moment where Randy Orton starts pounding away on Dean Ambrose, to which Dean responds by reversing and punching faster. Seth Rollins is down. Why are Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns silently communicating about who gets to attack Seth next? Just take him out of the equation and focus on trying to win the title.
Kane! What?
Wow, who could have seen this amazing twist coming? Kane chose to side with Seth Rollins in the end after all that's happened? Pfft, totally unpredictable here.
Oh my Goodness.
And now
Kane's slap didn't even connect with Randy Orton at all, yet it still somehow worked to his advantage. Jamie Noble started to fall into the ring apron before Dean Ambrose connected with a clothesline.
Kane again!
With how many times Kane and J&J Security have interfered with the match, how are they not actual participants? Might as well just label this a 7-pack challenge or something. The referee is yelling at Kane to stay outside the ring despite the fact that there are no rules against outside interference. You got no power here except to count the pin or record the submission. I'm just saying. Joey Mercury should consider himself lucky that he didn't successfully grab hold of Seth Rollins' foot. If he did, something seriously wrong could have happened, causing a big injury.
Look at this! Seth was trying to quarterback.
Even if it was only for 1 minute, this brief reunion of the Shield was bone-chilling. You could feel the intensity return to its place when Dean, Seth, and Roman teamed up on Randy Orton. This was freaking awesome.
Reuniting one time only!
Until the next several hundred times. The smiles on Dean and Roman's faces disappearing was also awesome to watch. Goes to show they are not falling for this trick again. Haha, the table didn't break. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose had to lift Kane up and do that powerbomb a second time just to break the table. Not gonna lie, I love this sequence. Dean and Roman agreed to go back into the ring and fight fairly. Not to mention Roman's suggestions of loser buys the beers was a great addition.
Inside the ring.
Great Superman punch.
That was a great series of moves hit at the correct time, and back and forth is how we like our Fatal 4-Way matches.
Power slam!
Seriously, what a chaotic match. 2 RKOs and a power slam catching Seth Rollins in midair. You love to see it.